exams here. Just the joy of asking why.
For billions of years, the moon has watched silently over Earth, guiding tides, shaping nights, and inspiring stories across every civilization. But what if the moon vanished tonight, gone without a trace? The sky would darken, and Earth would begin to change in ways few could imagine. To understand the chaos that would follow, we must first remember how the moon was born, from a violent cosmic collision long ago. Roughly 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized object named Theia struck the young Earth, and the molten remains fused into the moon we know today. Since then, the moon has done far more than light our nights. It stabilizes our planet's spin, moderates seasons, and makes life possible. If the moon disappeared, Earth's delicate balance would break. Our planet would wobble like a spinning top, losing control. Days would shorten, Earth would spin faster, turning once every 6 hours. Winds would grow violent, and storms would dominate the skies. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the tides would nearly vanish. The oceans would grow still, their heartbeats silenced forever. Along the coasts, ecosystems depending on tidal rhythm, coral reefs, mangroves, and seabirds would collapse within generations. Even Earth's rotation itself would drift. Over centuries, the poles might shift, and new deserts and ice caps would form where forests once stood. With shorter days, life would rush to adapt. Plants would photosynthesize faster, animals would evolve new sleeping rhythms, and chaos would rule nature. No moon means darker nights, predators would vanish, nocturnal creatures would struggle, and entire ecosystems would lose their balance. The silence of still oceans would echo through the planet. Without tides, marine nutrients would no longer circulate, starving coral and plankton alike. Eventually, food chains would collapse. The smallest creatures would vanish first, followed by fish, birds, and mammals in a slow cascade of extinction. Humanity too would feel the loss. Without tides to guide ancient fishermen, many coastal cultures might never have risen at all. The moon shaped time itself. Our months, calendars, and festivals were born from its phases. Without it, human history would have flowed differently. Imagine nights without romance or poetry, no moonlit songs, no whispered promises beneath its glow. Our emotions might have evolved colder, lonelier. Artists and dreamers would lose their muse. The moon inspired everything, from ancient myths to the birth of science and the race for the stars. Even our sleep would change. Human biology responds to lunar light. Without it, our bodies might forget how to rest in harmony with nature's rhythm. A moonless Earth would still spin and breathe, but its beauty would dim, the nights would feel endless, and the world far more alone in the cosmos. The moon is more than a satellite, it is Earth's emotional mirror, reminding us of cycles, endings, and rebirth. Its absence would reshape human spirit. From ancient shamans to modern scientists, humanity looked to the moon seeking meaning. Without it, our search for order might have taken darker paths. The moon taught us patience. Its slow waxing and waning became the first teacher of time. Without it, our sense of waiting might never have evolved. Without lunar tides, music might sound different, poetry less rhythmic. The heartbeat of the ocean once shaped the rhythm of human imagination. The moon guided travelers, long before compasses. Without its silver path in the sky, humanity's early voyages might have ended in darkness. Civilizations measured their lives in lunar months, festivals, harvests, and love all followed its silent clock. A world without it would lose its rhythm. The moon connected Earth and imagination. It whispered that the sky was not the limit, that we could reach beyond. Without it, ambition might have slept. Our first step into space was toward the moon. It was the bridge between dream and reality, proof that humanity could touch the impossible. If the moon were gone, perhaps humanity would have looked inward instead of upward, turning curiosity into confinement, and wonder into silence. The moon reminds us we are part of something vast yet connected. Its pull keeps us stable, and its glow keeps us dreaming, even in the darkest night. Every ripple in the ocean, Every tide that touches the shore whispers the moon's quiet influence, a reminder of balance between chaos and calm. If the moon vanished, the universe would lose one of its most elegant dances, a celestial duet between gravity and grace. The absence of that dance would echo far beyond physics. It would erase a language written in light, rhythm, and longing. Humanity's myths would feel unfinished. Without a glowing witness in the heavens, our stories might never have reached the stars. Even love might have evolved differently. Without moonlit nights, our most fragile emotions could have remained hidden in the dark. Science would lose its first mirror. The moon reflected sunlight and curiosity, teaching us that illumination begins in darkness. The moonless Earth would survive, yes, but it would be quieter, harsher, and far less human. The moon is not just above us, it lives within our stories, our tides, and our hearts. Its gravity pulls both oceans and dreams. When you look at the moon tonight, remember, it's not a distant rock, but a piece of Earth that never left, still guiding us through the dark. And if someday it were gone, our planet would still turn, but the universe would feel emptier, and humanity would lose its oldest friend.